Welcome back to Sam's Watch Review. This is the Casio G-Shock GA2100, also known as the Casio, and this one is the GA2200 with a rounder shape, about 2mm wider and 1mm thicker. Both have very similar features like timer, alarms, carbon core guard structure, and so on. So which one is better? People seem to love the GA2100 a lot, and I love it too. So this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think feature-wise, the GA2200 is the better one of the two. And here are several reasons why the GA2200 is the better option in terms of features. Number one, it has larger, easier to read digital display. The GA2200 has a noticeably larger LCD screen compared to the one on the GA2100. And with that, the digital time, stopwatch, timer, and so on are easier to see. And then number two, it has dedicated light button for quick access. Unlike the GA2100, the GA2200 features a large separate light button at the 6 o'clock position. This makes it super easy to activate the backlight quickly, even when wearing gloves. Number three, it has larger, easier to press buttons. The buttons on the GA2200 are bigger, with textured surface and more ergonomic. That makes it easier to operate in any condition, whether you're on the move, wearing gloves, or your hands are wet. Number 4. Super easy hand shift function. You just need to double press the light button to move the hands out of the way of the digital screen, like this. Okay, it's much faster than on the GA2100, which requires pressing the light and mode button. So like this, which sometimes your finger can slip when pressing the mode button first, and also the buttons on the GA2100 are harder to press. And then the next one, for the GA2200, unlike most G-Shocks that have narrow 16mm slugs, the GA2200 has 24mm slug width, making it possible to change the straps without the need for adapters. This is great for anyone who loves customizing their watch strap. Wait a moment, let me show you. However, please take note that the space between the case and the spring bar is very tight, which makes it a bit difficult to slide in a thick NATO strap. Number 6. More ergonomic lug design. The lugs curve naturally to fit the wrist better. Even though the GA2200 is larger, it actually wraps around the wrist better, with much less overhang for various wrist sizes. This is how it looks on my almost 7-inch wrist. Compared to the GA2100, they still have this slight overhang right here. The next point, number 7, is more about personal preference. The GA2200 is only 2mm wider than the GA2100, but it has much more presence. It looks bolder and more tactical, with industrial accents like exposed screw details and a thicker bezel. It gives off a ready-for-action vibe, while the GA2100 still looks tough but feels calmer and more subtle. So, those 7 points lean more in favor of the GA2200, but to be fair, there's also one area that's a bit of a mixed bag: the resin band. The resin band on the GA2200 is thicker, which likely means it will last longer. Also, the distance between the strap holes is tighter, meaning it allows for a slightly better fit. But on the downside, it is less flexible. And the wave pattern may poke into your wrist, especially if you wear the watch tightly. So in this case, the GA2100 is noticeably more comfortable. Also, one more thing, the buckle on the GA2200 is made of plastic, which is less desirable compared to the metal buckle on the GA2100. So, considering all those points, I would say that the GA2100 is better for comfort and subtle style, while the GA2200 is better for action, rugged utility, and if you frequently use the stopwatch, timer, and backlight features. And yes, that's my take on the GA2100 versus the GA2200. What do you think? Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and I will see you again in the next video. Have a great day.